Hello friends and welcome back. Now in this part I'm going to use Apache Zappelin notebooks with Apache Spark cluster on Azure SD Insights. Okay, so this SD Insights Spark cluster includes your Apache Zappelin notebook from which you can run the Apache Spark jobs. Okay, so for this you will require your Azure subscription and the Apache Spark cluster on SD Insights. So first of all, what we have to do, we have to select the Zappelin notebook from a cluster dashboard. So here we go. As you can see on my screen, this is cluster dashboard, and now there's an options, Ambari home, Ambari views, and the Zappelin notebook. So select Zappelin notebook. Other than Zappelin notebook, there's an option for Jupyter also. Now this Zappelin, it is a web-based notebook that enables interactive data analytics. You can make beautiful data-driven, interactive and collaborative documents with SQL. Okay, now you can have a documentation from there. Now click on create new note to create a new note. Other than there's two option more, PySpark and Scala, and you can also import your note. Okay, now create a new node from here, and I'm going to choose default interpreter live to y. Okay, and then I'm going to load sample data into my temporary table. So when we are going to create a Spark cluster in HDInsight, the sample data file hvac.csv will be there. Okay, let let me copy and paste this sample script which I found on Microsoft documentation website. Okay, now run the whole paragraph. Okay, now after running the paragraph, now I'm going to execute some of the Spark SQL statements on this HVAC table. Okay, so for it you have to first of all write percentage SQL. Okay, and you have to write the select query. Write select. As you can see, this HVAC is a name of my table. Just write select strict from HVAC. Now click on run this paragraph. Now it is running. Okay, there's actually four phases: ready, pending, running, and finished. Okay, as you can see on my screen, this is a record which I have after executing that SQL command. In this there are four columns: date, time, target temp, actual temperature, and the building ID. Okay, for it you will have your bar graph also, and you can set your x and y values according to you. And there's a setting option from where you can choose the keys and value. In this it is selecting key as a date and the value as time sum. You can add any of them. I'm going to add building ID. You have to just drag and drop and remove this value, or you can add time. Okay, now it will generate a bar graph for this. So in x-axis or y-axis they are divided into keys and the values. This is a pie chart. Okay, and it is also showing the percentage also. Here the keys is building and the values is your time. This is another type of graph. In this there are three options: stacked, stream, and expanded. Okay, now line chart. This is a line chart, a simple chart, which it is actually a common chart of representation. Now scattered chart, it will have dots, as you can see on my screen. They are divided into two things: date and time, and this output is truncated to 1000 rows, and you can learn about Zappelin in that site. So these are different graph which you can use. This is a simple table, and yeah, you can perform any of the SQL query. Just you have to initialize your SQL query with percentage SQL, and this is a sample CSV file which you can get. Okay, and then we define a schema class HVAC. There's a date, the time, the building ID, and they have their specific data types. As you can see, if you're going to copy that links and open it on Google, you will get the more details about that query or that script on GitHub, as you can see. You can also run it into a Jupyter notebook also. For Jupyter, you can run it in locally also. Just you have to install Anaconda, and you will get many of the machine learning tools. Okay, so in this, as I show you that how you can import this CSV file into your HDInsights table, and then how you can run the query. Okay, you can find many more things in this GitHub repository of HDInsight Spark. Okay, there are many documentation and articles are there. A Kafka, HDInsights. Okay, HBase interactive query in Spark. There's many things. Okay, so this is all about Zappelin. Zappelin, it is a very useful a notebook that you can use to run your Apache Spark jobs. This WASB is for Azure Blob Storage, and it can be ABFS also for Azure Data Lake Storage. Okay, create in this I've shown you how you can create a node for Zappelin. You can also import a node also. This is the raw version of this GitHub repository. So this is all about Zappelin. Okay, and I have executed Spark query. You can download the data as CSV from here. As you can see, it is downloaded now. You can have two formats available, CSV and TSV. And if you want to delete, you can also delete it. You can clone this and run all the paragraphs. This is a as you can see, multiple language backend supports many languages like HBase, Hadoop, Hive, Lens, Python, Tajo, Levi, Ignite, Google BigQuery, R. Supports Apache as jobs, dynamic forms. You can collaborate your notebook and paragraphs. It is 100% open source. This is a documentation, or you can say an index page of this Zappelin, Apache Zappelin, where you will get a lot of information of this Zappelin. It is very easy. It is very helpful in digesting the data and giving the results. You can open the CSV file to view all the records which we run the Spark SQL job.